Hey, so I'm Jeff.
I'm Alex.
And today we're going to talk about Arata the Legend.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so I know personally I like to know whether or not to watch an anime prior to watching a review. Like, whether or not it's good or not. I want to avoid as many spoilers as possible. So that's what we're going to do here, is tell you exactly what we feel in as short a time as possible. Like, just yes or no, essentially. And then if you want to know more, you can watch the review. If not, you can go and watch the anime. But now we're just going to post a time on the screen if you want to just watch the review and find it at the end. But if you want to know now, we're just going to wait a few seconds. They got?
I think so. No.
No? Still there? Okay, now the rest of you that stayed.
No.
No?
Don't watch.
Oh, yeah, no, don't watch it.
That's what the first no was supposed to be.
Yeah, don't watch Arata the Legend. It's subpar.
It'll be kind of feel like a waste of time at the end.
Yeah, no.
There'll be parts that'll be like, oh hey,
maybe it's gonna get better.
No, it doesn't.
And then it doesn't. Honestly, like, just after finishing the 12 episodes, I felt so unfulfilled. Like, it's just that. And if you want to know why, you can watch the rest of the review. Otherwise, move on with the rest of your anime experience. Dodged a bullet there.
Not really a bullet. A bullet would hurt and be black.
A black bullet. On with the review!
Yes, anyway.
Okay, so
we're starting with the art style. Okay. Arata the Legend So, Arata the Legend has an art style that really doesn't do anything special. It's there, it does what it needs to, and that's it.
That's really it. Like, at no point did I ever think, this is a nice art style, or
wow, that's pretty, or that's interesting, or well, that's crap. I didn't have anything. Nothing to comment. Animation and art style did what it needed to, nothing more.
Okay.
Next.
World and setting. Okay, so the setting of Arata the Legend has been done a billion times before. You've got your 12 guardsmen and your one princess that they protect. And then you've got your main character, and then your antagonist. And then they're both, like, your main character defeats the different guardsmen and gains their power. And then the villain defeats the different guardsmen and gains their power so they can fight each other. Naruto, Sasuke! Ah! Okay. Pretty much.
Pretty much how it is, and except Naruto and Sasuke fight cooler.
No, this is so lame.
Moving on to fan service. Okay, so a pet peeve of ours is over-the-top, unnecessary fan service.
With the exception of?
Man service.
Example?
Free.
Is there any other example? You're a good show and you got sexy men, no problem. I have yet to find really a good show with excessive female fan service.
I could think of one, probably.
That isn't parody?
That would take longer.
Okay, but Arata the Legend doesn't have any fan service?
No, it really doesn't. It has one, like, possibly fan services-ish character, but she's not really anything too skimpy or anything.
No, she just kind of wears, like, contemporary clothing.
Yeah. Traditional dress.
I guess props for that.
Yep, props for that, I guess, but you could have used it. Honestly, a slight amount would have improved the show.
Because you need something. Okay. You want to run down the story? Okay, so the story of Arata the Legend is essentially you've got this character, Arata, in one world that we just explained, and he lives in this village that is chosen to become the new heir of the princess of the realm. But they don't have a female representative, so they send this male representative so he can hightail it out of there when they find out they don't actually have a representative. But then they plot, like the 12 guards of the princess plot to kill the princess, and then they frame that dude as killing the princess. And it works successfully, but he gets out of there into a forest. But the magical forest between realms, and he switches bodies with, or places, really not even bodies, which is places with this other Arata in name only that looks nothing like him in this other world who's being bullied in high school. And he becomes the chosen one, and the interesting Arata becomes he just a dude to beat up the bullies, really. And then our chosen one, who is just the worst, lamest character ever, goes on to defeat all 12 dudes who plotted to take him down, and after he defeats them, he collects their power. in his super sword that rules them all, and it's not Rave Master.
Well, he doesn't really he only really ever collects one before he realizes that he's actually collecting he's taking their souls.
So after he defeats the first person, it then turns into a bunch of episodes of him complaining, I don't want to hurt people! And it gets so old so fast. And so yeah, that's the basic story. Moving on to the characters.
Okay, so as far as characters go, we've got our main character, Arata Hinahara, who is the high school emotional piece of bullshit.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything about being bullied, doesn't tell his parents or anyone, because he deserves it.
Because he did something that that the guy considered wrong.
And so, because the person bullying him feels that he was wronged by our main character, he feels he deserves it. And it's just so unbelievably stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then, really, after he becomes the chosen one, he's still utterly useless.
He wins by mistakes, mostly.
Essentially, it's just mistakes and other people winning for him.
Yeah.
And it's terrible and awful. And the moral of the story is I've got to protect those who are close to me.
Or being close to people will get you through hard times.
And his sword has the power of protection. Essentially, he's useless, and even after he gains superpowers from other people, he doesn't ever use them. I think he uses them once just to show that he can, and then never again.
Yeah, never.
Okay, so our next character is Arata. Not the terrible one. But you know, this interesting one, of course, is shoved to the side as a nobody character and put in the human world in his place. You know how he deals with bullies? He kicks the crap out of them. And deals with life problems by trying to adapt and be nice to those around him and learn how to adapt to his new situation the best he can. He is the model character, and why is he not the protagonist?
I would much rather enjoy watching his adventures in our world.
Yeah.
Next we have the love interest character, Kotoha. She loves Arata, the interesting one.
Reason.
No, she loves the interesting one.
Oh,
and then when they switch, she can't tell the difference.
Even though he's wearing a schoolboy uniform with a schoolboy bag from an alternate dimension.
Has different hair color, different hairstyle,
different body type.
Yeah, different body type, nowhere near as toned.
Mm.
and so it's nowhere near as toned, nowhere near as strong, nowhere near as anything.
But because she can't tell the difference, she's still in love with him. And she's a healer, sort of. She's essentially the Orihime of this anime.
Without tits.
Without tits. She's useless side healer character.
She can't heal herself, though.
Oh, no.
God forbid. So when she, sprains her ankle, and was like, oh, I guess we can't move.
Oops.
Well, I guess we're camping here for a while. It's not like we're in a hurry to save the rapidly dying princess.
Ooh. Next character. Okay, so one of our other side characters' name is Kanate, and he is one of the more interesting characters, a combat-capable 12-year-old who gets healed by our childhood friend character and falls in love and follows them because of it, which thank goodness, because they would have been screwed otherwise.
And thank God for giving us someone interesting
to watch. Oh my god. You'd think he might be an annoying childhood character, but he's one of the only interesting characters in that group.
Very few, yeah. Next character. The other interesting one that joins them.
Yay!
Kannagi. He is one of the 12, Shinsho magical sword wielder, guardian of the princess. Then he follows the main character because the main character is pretty much the only one who's dumb enough to oppose the guy who beat me.
He also lost his sword.
Yeah.
So he's essentially useless, aside from swordplay.
Mm-hmm. So he goes and tries to train the main character.
Tries being the key word here.
A little bit.
But he doesn't use it. Okay, so next we've got the villain Akachi, who is one of the 12 guardian dudes and kind of related to our fire dude, Kannagi. And he dislikes Kannagi because of past reasons that are it's one of the more interesting parts of the show.
And kind of spoilers, so we won't
say anything. Every scene with this guy in it is an interesting scene. And so, obviously, this guy is in maybe 2 episodes.
2 or 3.
and every time he shows up, shit goes down. He has no character other than being solemn and really good at killing people.
Well, and he's a good leader, too.
I suppose.
Because he commands quite a large area.
Interesting character, and
Yes.
like just...
I wish we could have known more about him.
Yeah.
And less about...
Arata. Last character.
Last character. Okay, so our final character is main antagonist, Katawaki.
Who he's really just kind of like hinted at as sort of like a building up evil force in the background, which could have been cool if he wasn't such a terrible character.
I know. His rage is built over 2 years, and...
He blames Arata for a really, really dumb reason, and essentially blames him for everything that's wrong with his life. And it's just... If you do watch this anime, it is the dumbest possible thing. But as a villain, he's just boring.
He's angry. Pretty much pure angry.
All he does is yell all the time.
And is angry at our main character. Didn't show any signs of changing. At least he kills people.
I suppose.
He has the balls to do that. So
Well,
props for that.
moving on to character development.
Should we skip this just like the show?
There is no character development. That's the joke.
Maybe Kanagi, because he starts out trying to kill him and then he joins us.
It's so bad. So bad. Yeah. Our conclusion. Don't.
Just don't.
Like,
I mean, we said it was horrible and bad throughout the entire thing, but...
it's just mediocre.
I mean, all the bad comes together to mediocre. Somehow not horrid, not bad, just...
No.
Eh.
Animation's meh. Story is meh. Characters are meh, because like you have interesting characters and really terrible characters, and it all turns into like a big
Pile of meh.
gray mess soup. Could not recommend to anyone, whether you like anime or don't. So playing through the video is the official soundtrack for Arata the Legend. If you like it, there's one thing to like about it, in addition to this pile of meh.
The music itself is nothing special.
Alex and I are hoping to do more anime reviews in the future. Maybe I'll do them solo, he'll do them solo. We'll see how that works out. I'm gonna do them solo then. And produce them. So that's that. See you in the future. Check out my other 2 reviews up at this point. One's ancient and it's just me talking. The other one's 1 week friends. Well, that's that.
Not really.
Thank you for watching.
Next time we review
Anime.
Nothing Promised. What are you looking at?